Okay, well, what is going on now is they are going to have you trespass for cussing their employees, so I'm waiting for them to bring forth, so I need your ID.
I'm not giving my ID. You can trespass me, ask me to leave, I'll leave the store.
Well, I have to have it.
No, ma'am.
Absolutely.
This is not stop an ID state.
Yes, it is.
No,
if you are under an investigation...
No, ma'am, I'm not under investigation. If they
you
want me to
currently
leave,
are, that's why I'm here.
They have to ask me to leave the store.
Actually, you're obstructing right now, which is a jailable offense.
Well, do what you got to do.
All right, well, go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
Yes,
There's a dispute between a store and a customer. The store calls the police reporting something that's not a crime. The police show up to investigate the said non-crime. They demand ID. Now, like many states, West Virginia does not actually have a stop and ID law. However, if the police officer has reasonable suspicion that some crime was committed and that this particular individual committed that crime, they can perform an investigative detention of that person, which can involve forcibly obtaining an ID from that suspect. So what is the crime? Can the alleged crime of trespassing be used to detain and ID forcibly a shopper who has not been asked to leave the store and who has not been given the opportunity or even allowed to leave the store by the responding police officer? On January 10th, 2021, my client John went to a Walmart, of course, during all this insanity that shall not be discussed with those key words. He was not committing any crime. He felt like he was being treated unfairly. He was just trying to buy some products at Walmart and was in the process of attempting to check out. But manager Karen at Walmart, of course, called the cops on him, reporting that he was refusing to wear a thing that she wanted him to wear and using some bad words. A police officer responded, and this is her body cam footage.
So what's going on?
I'm guessing it's when the girlfriend or friend, and he was cussing two of my associates. He recorded them, and everything else.
Cool. He's what?
He's at red light right now. He flipped out because of the mask mandate, and he was cussing up a storm.
Does he have any health issues?
He never stated that. He just refused to not wear one. Because if they say that, we leave him alone. But he was cussing him and recording him and everything.
Okay. He's at 8.
He's a register 8. He was like all the hoodie.
Is he checking out?
He was with some girl that's checking out. He was going over to.
So what do you want me to do? Because if they're checking out and getting ready to leave, you want me to just kind of...
Yeah, because he was recording
keep it calm.
him. He has a video of him.
Yeah, he was recording me.
And cussing him and everything else. And that's an invasion of privacy. He shouldn't be doing.
Do you want him trespassed?
Yeah, I would like to trespass him.
Okay.
Okay, more allegations from the Walmart manager of non-crimes having been committed. Check. Guy's about to leave the store. Check. Why don't we just go ahead and escalate the situation for no reason? By the way, if you want to see the footage that Manager Karen is referring to, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Then we'll get back to this body cam footage.
You damn right. Harassment at its best.
I'm not harassing.
You sure are.
I'm not.
Why ain't you asked anybody else walking through here to put their mask up above their nose? Huh? Huh? Discrimination. When I walked to the door, y'all called out everything I had on. 3 people walked in I stood there and watched. 3 people walked in after me without a mask. Not a word was said. I'm not putting the phone away. This is for my defense. No, I will not put a mask on. I've seen 30 employees around here walking around with their mask down. And you want me to put one on?
Hey, can you give me a trespass form? Can you give me a trespass form?
That's business.
It's about to get fun. Can I talk to you? I need to speak with him. So what happened? What happened?
What happened is I walked through the door and the lady at the thing just announces on the thing everything I'm wearing.
Okay.
And 3 other people come in right behind me not wearing a mask, not a word said. That's discrimination.
Okay. Do you have any health issues, sweetheart?
Yeah, I do. I'm diabetic and...
I mean, like any lung issues, asthma, bronchitis, anything like that?
I can't hardly breathe half the time.
Okay. All right.
But that's beside the point. There's 30, 40 people in here without a mask on.
Right.
I mean, the employees walking around with them down on your chin, so...
Well, The issue isn't so much that you didn't have a mask on, because if you identify that you have a health issue, asthma, bronchitis.
I don't have to identify that.
Well, if they ask you,
That's
do,
against HIPAA laws.
it is, but it isn't.
It is. Absolutely against
They
HIPAA
can
laws.
ask if you have one.
They can ask and I can deny the answer.
You can deny, but they can also deny access to the store because the
They
minute.
didn't do that.
Okay, well, what is going on now is they are going to have you trespass for cussing their employees. So I'm waiting for them to bring forth. So I need your ID.
I'm not
sweetheart.
giving my ID. You can trespass me, ask me to leave. I'll leave the store.
Well, I have to have
No,
it.
ma'am.
Absolutely.
This is not stop an ID state.
Yes, it is.
No,
If you are under an investigation,
Ma'am, I'm not under investigation. If they
You
want me to
currently are,
leave,
that's why I'm here.
They have to ask me to leave the store.
actually you're
trespass
obstructing
me.
right now, which is a jailable offense.
Well, do what you got to do.
All right, well, go ahead and put your hands behind your back. As of right now, you're under arrest.
As I'm suing.
That's fine. Let's go. I'm not violating your rights.
Yes, ma'am, you are. This is not a stop and ID state.
Yes, it is. You just
No,
cannot
ma'am.
do passengers.
No, ma'am.
Absolutely, you
I'm
can.
not driving. Thank you very much.
As I said before, West Virginia is not a stop and ID state. There is no statute that authorizes police officers to arrest people for not giving them ID. They have to already have reasonable suspicion that that particular individual had committed some other crime. And this officer conflates that with, all right, well, I can't forcibly ID a passenger in a vehicle during a traffic stop, but I can forcibly ID some guy in Walmart trying to check out. I'm going to show you the rest of the footage, and then I'll tell you how this actually went down in court.
I can still stop and ask you for your ID
You can
whenever
ask,
you're
I
under
can
an
deny.
investigation.
You
Not
can
when you're
ask.
under an
Is your
investigation.
cam on, ma'am?
It sure is. It's right there.
Thank
It's
you very
red.
much.
And obstructing is against the
I'm
law.
not obstructing nothing.
You are.
No, ma'am.
You are currently
No, ma'am.
hindering my
No,
investigation.
ma'am.
Absolutely.
You are violating my rights.
I absolutely am not.
You are.
Nope.
Yep. You'll see when we go to court.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
I've not been trespassed. I've not been asked to leave.
308, calm. The minute
you.
when I ask you for your identification,
do not have to ID.
Yes, you do.
Nothing wrong.
Yes, you
Broken
do.
no law.
yes, you do.
Hey, man, what's your RSB? What's your reasonable suspicion of a crime?
I got called.
What is your reasonable suspicion of a crime for having me in handcuffs?
If you would
You
let
ID
me, if you would speak, if you would let me.
commit a crime for you to ID me.
If I am conducting an
I
investigation,
don't care if you're investigating anything. It don't matter.
West Virginia Code, I'm not arguing with you. I know what West Virginia Code section says. And I can talk if I want to. Nope. I don't care.
Well, that was an interesting conversation. I'm not going to make any references to the Bravo network because that upset some Karen last time in the comments somewhere, so I'll just let that fall where it may. They get to the police station for processing, and the doubling down continues, perhaps tripling down.
Hey, how's it going? Oh,
Violation of rights.
I get called to Walmart over this mask thing. They want him trespassed because he's cussing employees,
I didn't
being
cuss
irate.
employees. Thank you very much. Where's your evidence and proof? Thank you.
Get a call for an irate customer stating he's cussing employees, so why not? They want him trespassed. So I'll walk up.
Not irate. I got video film of that. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, I'm telling you what I was told. So I walk up to him, ask him for his ID, so that way they can trespass him.
Which I do not
No
have
big
to
deal.
an ID.
This is what I've been dealing with.
I mean,
Well, I mean, it's violation of my rights to have these handcuffs on me right now.
For what?
I've done nothing
He's
wrong.
under arrest for obstruction right now.
I didn't obstruct nothing.
what's your violation of rights?
Well, number one, I'm handcuffed and I've done nothing wrong. She asked me for an ID. That's why I'm handcuffed, because I wouldn't prevent her an ID when I've done broke no laws.
Okay. I'm gonna explain this to you one time, okay? Because maybe you just don't understand it, and that's fine. If you go into a private business like Walmart and they ask you to do something,
They didn't ask me to do nothing.
they called and said you wouldn't put a mask on.
They didn't
or
ask me to
something?
put a mask on.
It says on the doors, all that stuff.
No, I walked. Well, I'll tell you. Can I tell you what happened?
Can I finish
You
explaining?
can. I understand. I know what
Can I-
you're going to say.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I absolutely do know exactly what
What are
you're
you
going to
gonna
say.
What am I gonna say?
You're going to say when they tell me to do that and I do not do that, they can ask me to leave the store.
Correct,
Which
yeah.
they never asked me to leave the store.
Okay.
They never asked me to
So,
put a mask on.
When we investigate a crime, so when 911 calls, someone calls us to investigate something, okay, we go, okay, so now you are part of a criminal investigation, okay? Listen to me,
I'm listening.
okay? You'll never understand if you keep talking
I'm
about all
listening.
this. then if we ask you to provide your identification, you are expected to provide identification.
Expected.
If not, you are supposed to provide identification.
Supposed. Not have to.
Yes, have to.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
It's a
you
law.
have to.
Yes, you
That's
do.
called obstructing a criminal
It's a law.
investigation, which is what you
Which,
did.
when I've done nothing wrong.
When you won't provide,
Take him inside.
This is what I'm dealing with.
there's no-
Also,
I've done nothing wrong.
also,
fucking
Hey,
hillbilly
take him
ass
inside.
law degree
Take him
elsewhere. 'Cause I
inside.
don't really give a
No, there's no point in trying to discuss
be
that.
advised
Still
he's
got your
a
camel, man.
Yep.
Okay.
This is what happened. I get a call for an irate customer at Walmart because he refused to put on a mask. Listen to
I'm not
what
saying- did I say anything? No, you
I'm
told me
telling
to
you
talk.
from my point of view, okay?
I understand.
So I get a call across comm stating that there's an irate customer cussing management. So I get a call for an irate customer stating he's cussing and he's cussing employees, refusing to put on a mask. So they tell me he's at Register 8. All right, I go up. I said, hey, can I talk to you? He says, yeah. I said, hey, did they ask you about a mask? And they said, well, I walked in. They put my clothing description out, you know, whatever. He said 3 people behind me walked in without a mask. I said, okay, well, do you have any health issues like asthma? He said, I'm disabled. I said, do you have any bronchitis? And he said, yeah. I said, that's all you have to say. He said, they don't have the right to ask me that.
They don't.
I said, all right.
HIPAA
I
laws.
said,
Private property.
It's HIPAA laws. They
it's,
cannot
that's
ask
not how
you,
HIPAA works.
They cannot ask you anything medically
Well,
about
That's not how HIPAA works, actually.
Let me give you.
And so I asked him for his ID. So I asked him for his ID so they can write it on the trespass form because they want him trespassed for cussing the employees. He refuses to give me his ID, says he doesn't have to, so I arrest him for obstruction.
Yeah.
Well, she was really confident throughout this whole process that there was a stop and ID statute in West Virginia. And when she brought in all of her buddies, all of her guy cop friends, they all seemed really confident, and they came in and sort of white knighted here, and they had to educate the guy with the hillbilly law degree about constitutional rights that he just didn't quite understand. Well, when it goes to court, and there were several threats in there somewhere about, well, you'll see when you go to court. But when he went to court, initially, as you can see, the prosecutor didn't quite even understand the law either, and was probably told that there was a stop and ID statute somewhere in West Virginia law, which was not. And then they come back to court, and apparently, after doing the research, the resulting conclusion is that the state, i.e. the prosecutor, had to move the court to dismiss the charges against John. So the criminal charges were dismissed. Turns out he was right. They were wrong. As always, thanks for watching. And this is a common thing that I see where police officers mistakenly believe that they get to solicit these trespasses, and when they're called on a trespass complaint, that they get to use that as the basis for a potential obstruction charge for not providing ID. At least in West Virginia, the state law does not support that, as indicated by the results here and other cases that I've been involved with. So, as always, thanks for watching, and make sure to give me your comments. What do you think here? Did you see something in the footage that I missed or that causes you to disagree with my analysis? Make sure you subscribe for updates in this matter. I think you might receive some additional information here soon, so make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time. And remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it.